Today we are rolling out 2 new meatballs for you guys. One is a turkey and stuffing meatball that's got a chili cranberry sauce. And then we're going to make a pork schnitzel fried meatball. So for this one, we start out with 1 pound of ground turkey. I like a mix of white and dark meat. 1 pound of ground turkey in the bottom of the bowl, a little bit of grated onion, just like I do in my deviled eggs. My mom always put grated onion into our meatballs and it adds a lot of flavor. A little salt and pepper. And then for the breadcrumbs, I take seasoned stuffing cubes and I grind them up in the food processor and I moisten them with turkey or chicken stock. Get them nice and moist and add them to your bowl with your grated onion. And then we're going to crack in an egg. A little hint of lemon zest. Or orange zest is equally delicious. A little bit of citrus zest. Brighten it up a bit. I like a little celery seed in this as well. Kind of a fun secret ingredient. And then some fresh herbs to kind of brighten up the seasoning blend. Then we're adding in fresh of some of the same things that we get in poultry seasoning. We're adding a little fresh sage and thyme and parsley all into the meatballs. You mix these together, get your hands in there and get nice and dirty. These guys we're just gonna spray lightly with a little olive oil, put them in a hot oven at 425 till they're nice and golden brown. The sauce for this is super easy. All I do is take a couple of cups of homemade cranberry sauce or 1 can of whole berry cranberry sauce, drop it into a skillet, and add an equal amount of chili sauce. That's it. Mix the 2 together, heat them up. We're gonna roll the meatballs in this when we come back, and I'll show you the pork schnitzel balls. Okay, moving on to meatball number 2. I'm gonna turn down my sauce for our turkey and stuffing meatballs. For meatball number 2, we're starting with ground pork. I put the grater right over the bowl and I grate in a few tablespoons of onion, just like my mom always did back in the day. I added some salt. I'm adding a combination of thyme and parsley. A little black pepper, and I like white pepper in this as well. They hit a different place on your palate. They have 2 different flavors. And I like a little nutmeg. And a little lemon zest again for that brightness of flavor. Crack in 1 egg into the ground pork. And then you're going to add breadcrumbs moistened with some whole milk or half and half, whatever you put in your coffee. I drink black coffee, but John likes milk or half and half in his, so whatever we have on hand. You mix that all together, same deal. You roll it into the balls, use a scoop to have them all be the same shape and size. And then I set up a breading station, flour, egg, and breadcrumb. For the flour, season it with salt and pepper, same with the breadcrumb. Eggs, you can add a little mustard because we're going to serve these later with mustard if you want to spice it up in a fun way. And then you're just going to bread them just like you do a schnitzel when you're making a pork cutlet. I'm going to throw a few of these guys into my tabletop fryer. You're going to cook them to an internal temperature of about 160. Grab a snack. I've got some balls frying in the back. I'll show you how to serve both of these when you come back. The pork schnitzel meatballs, I just pile them up, and while they're still hot, sprinkle them with a little flaky sea salt. And then I serve them with lemon wedges to douse the schnitzel with, little pickles like cornichon on the side, or chopped dill pickles even is great, and grainy mustard or regular Dijon mustard for topping the schnitzel balls. For the turkey meatballs, the turkey stuffing meatballs, take them out of the oven and then roll them around in the hot cranberry chili sauce mixture. Yeah, they're real yummy too. Did I make this more complicated or more messy? I'm like, well, I have too few balls for the plate and too much sauce. There. That's a pretty hot mess.